Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to share the second and final part of my model building journey with you. In this video, I'll show you how I painted and added some fun details to the interior, along with a few other parts. If you stick around until the end, you'll get to see the amazing final result. If you're enjoying the content, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. And please drop a comment with your thoughts on the model. I can't wait to hear what you think. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I hope you will be too. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. The first step in my painting process is to prime all the parts, and I genuinely enjoy this phase. I use Mr. Surfacer 1200 from Mr. Hobby, and it works exceptionally well. It goes on smoothly and adheres nicely to the plastic, ensuring that the paint sticks evenly. Plus, it dries quickly and evenly, setting me up for a fantastic finish when I apply the next layers. I find this process enjoyable, and I love watching everything come together. I used a Molotov chrome marker pen to paint the inside of the headlights, and they look incredibly realistic. I really enjoy using this marker, but there is one downside: no matter how long you let it dry, if you touch it, the finish becomes dull and changes from a mirror-like chrome to a shade resembling aluminum. Additionally, it cannot be clear-coated, as doing so will also result in a change to that same aluminum color. The primer is now completely dry, and I have started applying the first layer of paint. For this interior, I mixed two colors to achieve this shade, Tamiya Red and Tamiya Hull Red. I believe this color suits the model very well, evoking a sense of luxury and comfort, much like the car did during its glory days. I applied a total of 4 layers of paint to achieve complete and even coverage. Once the paint was completely dry, I used Tamiya panel liner to add depth and a weathered appearance to the interior. I really enjoy using this technique to create a more realistic look for my models. Now it's time to apply the decals. With my X-Acto knife I separate them individually and prepare the surfaces. I applied decal fix from Vallejo to ensure that the decals would stick well to the parts. I also dipped the decals in warm water to help them detach as gently as possible. As I mentioned in the first video, they are in very poor condition, and unfortunately, some of them tore apart when I attempted to apply them. Additionally, the console decal between the seats was badly damaged, so I ended up removing it and painting the area in the same red color, as you'll see closer to the end of this video. While I was waiting for the decals to soften and detach from the backing paper, I took the opportunity to apply panel liner on the front grille. This added a more realistic look to it. The difference is noticeable, and the final result is amazing. I began applying the decals on the dashboard, and as you can see, they are very fragile and breaking into small pieces. I used a paintbrush to gently place them in position, and with a cotton bud, I absorbed any excess water. Using a toothpick, I applied chrome paint to the Mercedes star at the center of the steering wheel to enhance its detail, making it look more like a real model. I also used the same tool to paint the door opening latches for a more refined appearance. Carefully, and trying to avoid contact with the chrome surface as much as possible, I glued the headlight buckets in place. It's now time to seal in the colors. For this step, I'm using a semi-gloss clear coat, specifically Tamiya X35. I really like how this clear coat enhances the interior elements. It's not as shiny as the exterior and not completely matte, which helps the colors maintain their vibrancy. I've applied a total of 3 layers, and I'm very happy with the end result. The next step is carpeting the interior. For this model, I chose a completely new method as an experiment, and it turned out very well. I have a self-adhesive piece of black material that resembles miniature carpet, which I bought some time ago from a hobby store, but never used. I used some wide masking tape to create a template for the carpet, and then I applied it to the back side of the material. After that, I cut the material to the desired shape with my X-Acto knife, and there it was, my carpet, ready to be installed. I enjoy detailing my models as much as possible, and I couldn't complete this one without adding seat belts. I think the red color fits perfectly with the interior. Next, with the help of UV resin and a toothpick, I filled the small hole in the center of the steering wheel where the Mercedes star is installed, and I cured it using a small UV lamp. I did the same for the dashboard indicators, and the result looks amazing, just like a real car. I initially planned to tint the back and rear side windows, but I ran out of Tamiya smoke paint and had to abandon that idea. To enhance the realism of the windows, I decided to paint all the edges with Tamiya clear blue to give them a slight blue tint. it's time to apply the decals on the outside of the car. In most of my models, I apply the decals before the clear coating. This approach helps protect them from peeling over time. However, for this particular model, I chose to apply the decals after the clear coat. My decision was based on my concerns about the condition of these decals. Since they are quite damaged, I worry that they might start peeling during the painting process or react with the paint, which could force me to repaint the entire model. I applied the logo on the bonnet, the license plates, and the writing on the boot. Using a toothpick, I applied a small drop of UV resin over the front logo and cured it with my UV miniature torch to secure it in place and enhance its realistic appearance. With another toothpick, I painted the rear side Mercedes logo with chrome paint. Here we are at the end of this model building journey. The final task is to attach the interior mirror. After applying a small drop of glue, I carefully positioned the mirror in its designated place and held it for a few seconds to ensure it sticks properly. Once the glue dried and I was confident that the mirror would stay in place, I completed the final assembly by joining the body with the chassis. As I mentioned in the first video, the model did not come with an engine. What you see in the video is a temporary engine made from hot glue poured into a silicone mold, which I created for another Mercedes model. I plan to find a better solution for the engine later. Additionally, the wheels are the original ones, as I could not find a suitable way to attach a different set, but I am still working on that. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more engaging model builds, along with tips and tricks, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The next model is very special, and I'm confident you'll like it. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I also invite you to check out my previous videos. Until next time, stay safe and happy modeling. Cheers!